Today's special guest host is Zombo. Today's video takes us all the way back to the year 1955. And no, we're not talking about a time-traveling car and a dude that went back to the past and got it on with his own mother. Nope, this video is all about the holiday season and those that feel like the season just might be slightly overrated. However, today's topic does come with the caveat of the main character learning a valuable lesson about friendship and the power of community. Oh my god, another preachy topic. Who writes this crap? Even with its lesson in morality standing front and center, this topic would become a staple of the holiday season for many people around the world, no matter what your stance on the holiday is. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Macabre'Gorium Labs presents School of Boredom, Holiday Edition. My name is Bats, and today we're going to take a look at a holiday special with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a holiday story for those who. Let's start at the beginning, because starting anywhere else would be the ending, and then I wouldn't have a video, you wouldn't be watching, and it's a whole thing. Some of my younger viewers may not know that before Illumination made their version, before the iconic Jim Carrey donned the Green One's hairy mantle, and even before it was turned into an animated holiday special, the children's book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, actually began as a short poem called The Whoville and the Grinch that was first published in Redbook magazine in the summer of 1955. One of my favorite parts about writing these scripts is I learn cool new history facts every single day, and prior to writing this, I actually did not know that last one. It wouldn't be until 2 years later, in 1957, that the poem would make its way into a full-on book, with the iconic Cat in the Hat book releasing earlier that year in March, while The Grinch would release later in December of that year. 1957 was destined to be a life-changing year for the author. However, up until that point, the author would focus mainly on advertising design. It is worth noting that How the Grinch Stole Christmas was not the first of his books. In fact, Dr. Seuss published his first book all the way back in 1937, and it was called And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street, with 12 other books following until 1957. And while they were fairly popular among avid book readers, I don't think anybody expected what was going to happen when these two books were let loose into the general public. I mean, come on, if you see either one of these, you know exactly what you're looking at.
Hey Bats, I think you should get back on track. This video is about the Grinch and how he stole Christmas, not his creator or his many accomplishments. Save that for another video.
You know, I'm going to let that slide because you're new around here, but watch yourself, because I will send you back to the lab cage.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, turns out you just can't build a good minion these days.
Aww.
And speaking of the history of the Grinch, he actually wasn't designed as green. In fact, in his earliest adaptations, he was black and white with little to no shading at all. It wasn't until the creation of today's actual topic that he was given his signature green color, among the several other changes that the Grinch would undergo. Max, his loyal dog, was promoted to be a main character. So let's move forward to 1966, when the very talented and personal artistic inspiration of mine, Chuck Jones, would set the stage and give our beloved holiday icon center focus.
Some of our viewers might recognize Chuck Jones' work for his artistic style from the Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons, as well as an entire series of other Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry shorts.
Chuck was also responsible for the iconic color of the character. They weren't quite sure how to make the 64-page book with its limited dialogue into a full half-hour time slot, so Mr. Jones set out to work with the author and found a way to pad out the runtime. So in order to do this, they added a total of 9 different songs, and as I said, they also promoted the character Max the dog to main character status. After the pilot was ready to be produced, Chuck Jones went around pitching it to various companies, and eventually, after a reported 28 pitches, he struck gold because CBS would fund the special for approximately $315,000, which would be around $2,851,000 as of 2023. In this interpretation, the Grinch would be voiced by none other than the legend himself, Boris Karloff, and the special as a whole would be narrated by him as well, with the MGM studio chorus voicing the assorted citizens of Whoville. The show only had a couple of main characters, and they were of course the Grinch himself, Max the dog, and Cindy Lou Who, voiced by the very talented June Foray, whom, by the way, is an MG Labs favorite. And before we head into the final stretch, let's talk about the plot of this iconic holiday special. The story opens up with the titular character sitting in his mountaintop dwelling as he looks over the citizens of the town, and it quickly becomes apparent that he is very unhappy with how happy they are. Throughout the special, the Grinch and his faithful but big-hearted doggy, Max, don the outfit of the jolliest Christmas elf ever and set out to ruin the holiday for everyone. Believe it or not, this is something the Grinch would accomplish with absolute precision. So he steals all the Who stuff from the holiday celebrators and makes a quick getaway. And as the story goes, he looks down on the people as they wake up on Christmas morning. Haha, no holiday for those Who's, no roast beast or presents or even decorations. Feeling quite proud of himself, he waits to see the disappointment on their little Who faces. But wait, they aren't unhappy. They aren't sad. They aren't even a little upset. In fact, they were celebrating as they stood around the circle and sang their Who song. Blah, blah, blah. We all know the story. He soon learns that it was community that made the holiday, not vast consumerism, not presents, not decorations. It was being with each other that made it truly special. And according to the story, he then has some sort of severe angina and probably a rather significant heart attack, because his heart grows to 3 times larger than it was. Feeling love, he realizes being a good guy is better than being a holiday tool. So he lives up to the namesake of his costume and returns all the holiday stuff he stole. And then in the spirit of the holiday, the entire town forgives him and welcomes him to join them to holiday dinner, where they even let him carve the roast beast. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably left with a couple of questions. The foremost being, why did the Grinch hate Christmas in the first place? And as it turns out, that answer would vary greatly depending on who you asked.
From what we uncovered, Dr. Seuss never actually did give a reason.
That's right, Zombo, but over the years, several people have tried to concoct one. But for this video, we are going to go with the there is no reason. And if this video gets enough traction, I just might cover another Grinch special next year. But this one was about the holiday special from 1966. It would become such a holiday staple in so many people's lives that it would also spawn so much merchandise that if I were to mention it all, we'd be here for 17 hours. However, I will mention a few categories where you can find Grinch items, such as holiday decorations and ornaments, holiday clothing, costumes, stuffed toys or plushies, various coloring books, stickers, and activity books. And of course, the thing that started it all, the books themselves. Not to mention there was home video such as VHS, and later DVD, and then later still digital downloads. How the Grinch Stole Christmas was a holiday special that would bring cheer into the lives of people who watched it for many years after its creation.
One thing I read said that Jones also related the story of 2 kids from New Jersey, Bob and David, with the unfortunately coincidental last name of Grinch. They wrote a letter to Dr. Seuss complaining that they got teased around Christmas every year because they shared a name with the monster. Dr. Seuss actually wrote them back and basically said,
"No, the Grinch is a hero, a changed man. Tell those other kids it's not where you start, it's where you end up."
And I think that's a great message.
What kind of an evil minion are you? Although I do have to agree, this special does hold a soft spot in my heart, as well as the hearts of many others. But I also have to ask, what are some of your favorite Grinch moments or holiday memories in general? We want to hear them no matter what you celebrate. Maybe you have a suggestion for a future video or just want to drop in and say hi. Well, we welcome you to leave your comments in the comments section below. I'm sure you all have some really amazing stories. And with that, unfortunately, we've come to the end of another School of Boredom Holiday Edition video. My name is Bats, and I hope you had a good time today taking a look at this iconic historical classic of the holiday season with Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas 1966 edition. Be sure to check back next time because you never know what we have in store, and as usual, think for yourselves, be excellent to each other, and as usual, keep it creepy. Zombo, I'm going to need to see you in the lab. It looks like you need an attitude adjustment.
No, Bats, not the cage.
We'll see you in the next one. Come here. And remember, happy holidays to you and yours, no matter what you are or what you celebrate. Hey, thanks for checking out our video. If you enjoyed this one and would like to see more of our weird, creepy, odd, eccentric, or strange content as soon as it comes out, please feel free to click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. We'll see you later. Keep it creepy.